That was all a very good segue into the next question, which may be a very brief answer, but and it wasn't directed at anyone in particular. So it's two parts. The first is, what is the chance that Pope Benedict will consecrate Russia?
If
Well,
I,
go
if
ahead.
I could offer an opinion. I recall there was it appears that Pope Benedict is not disposed to perform the consecration of Russia. Yes, he appointed a commission to study the question, but studying the question is not acting on it. And he's been Pope now for 7 years, and he hasn't acted. He appointed a commission to study, and I suppose the commission is still studying. The prophecy was made by a man with a visible stigmata, Antonio Ruffini. His biography was written by a priest of a high level of sanctity, Father Giuseppe Tomaselli. And I met Father Tomaselli a couple of times. I knew the stigmatist Ruffini personally for about 18 years. I did ask him on one occasion, point blank, is Pope John Paul II the Pope who's going to consecrate Russia? And he answered, no, it won't be Pope John Paul II. And it won't be the one after him. But the Pope after that will be the one to consecrate Russia. Now, I have to put in also the warning here, because people oftentimes they study prophecy and they get a wrong understanding. They say, well, after this Pope dies, won't the next one be a bad one, an anti-Pope? Well, the thing is, if he's an anti-Pope, he's not the Pope. Our Lady said the Pope has to consecrate Russia. The true Pope. There's going to be a true Pope, there's going to be a false Pope. Obviously, we're not talking about the false Pope, the bad one. We're talking about the legitimate successor. So it will not be Pope John Paul II. It will not be Pope Benedict XVI, according to the prophecy of this man whose prophecies are worthy of belief. Pope Pius XII authorized the construction of a chapel on a spot where he received the stigmata. I think that that very fact confers a certain degree of credibility in the prophecies of this man, who was quite a miracle worker and known for his prophecies, and revealed the most hidden things to people that helped them to save their souls. So it will be, according to that prophecy, the legitimate successor of Pope Benedict will be the Pope who will consecrate Russia. Considering Pope Benedict's age, and considering the prophecies that the Pope that precedes the one who will consecrate Russia may most likely not die of natural causes, it would appear that that time for the consecration of Russia is very, very near.
And if Antonio Ruffini is correct, then Benedict XVI is the Pope of the assassination. And I think that Frere Michel is most likely correct when he says that we will not have the consecration until we have the secret fully released. And his opinion, he told me that in 1985. He said, I can't prove it's my opinion, but he said that Our Lady was insulted by the Vatican's refusal to obey the command to release the secret in 1960, and God will not give us the grace of the consecration until reparation is made for that disobedience, and the only reparation that can be made that will make it up is the release of the secret. And I think that there's also a natural reason for that. The secret will be a cleansing of the church. It will stop the disaster of Vatican II in its tracks by the people widely knowing what the secret is. It'll also be a call to repentance. As Malachi Martin said, having read the secret, and he announced on public radio a year before he died, he said, when the secret is released, the churches will be full, people will be on their knees, and there'll be long lines of confession. So I think that cleansing will be...
They will be pounding their breasts and begging God for mercy.
The secret is about the Pope and the bishops and the hierarchy. It's also about every member of the faithful as well. And it is sensational, it is extraordinary, and it will be quite a shock to a lot of people. but it's not the reason for not releasing it. It's salutary. It will affect the salvation of many souls, just releasing the secret alone, and it will lead to the consecration after that. I think Benedict might end up giving us the secret before he goes into hiding, before he's killed.
There is some foundation for that, Father. In fact, my source in Fátima, someone you also know, who was very much in contact with the Carmelite sisters. This was in May of 1991. I was told that Sister Lucy had received the message from Our Lady that the secret will be revealed during the course of a major war. We know from prophecy that when some major catastrophic event will strike Iran, that the Third World War is very near. And in Sister Lucy's revelation she received from Our Lady was that in the course of a major war, the third secret will be revealed.
And if the reason that the Pope John Paul II gave for not releasing the secret in Germany in 1980, 6 months before he was shot, was because he didn't want the Russians to make certain moves. Apparently the secret talks about some military moves of the Russians, but then that excuse will be completely gone when they actually make those moves, and that's why it would seem that it all ties together, that Russia invades Western Europe, the Pope releases the secret, goes into hiding, gets killed, you have then disaster for 2.5 years or whatever, you have a new Pope elected who then consecrates Russia.